The recipe only uses 4 ingredients and can be whipped up in less than 10 minutes. And it is packed with delicious creamy flavors that are extremely well balanced. This frosting is versatile and flexible like a few others. What is a Cool Whip? If you don't live in the United States, you may not be familiar with Cool Whip. But it is almost a staple ingredient in many parts because of its ease of use and versatility. Cool Whip is essentially a type of fake or imitation whipped cream produced by Kraft Heinz manufacturers. Despite being a dairy product, it actually contains more additives than dairy. These ingredients are what make the whipped cream shelf-stable and give it a very long shelf life. The brand sells a few different products, the most popular being the Cool Whip whipped topping. This topping is not the same as whipped cream. It doesn't have the same flavor, texture, or nutritional content. As we have said, it is imitation whipped cream created to make your life much easier. Cool Whip whipped topping is commonly sold in 8 or 16-ounce tubs and comes frozen. So, it is a product that will have to be thawed before you can use it in recipes. It also doesn't have to be re-whipped to give it a voluminous texture. However, if you are making a frosting, we would recommend it. Re-whipping the frosting once the Cool Whip has been added will give it a fluffier texture. But, if you are incorporating it into, for example, cheesecake batters or pudding mixes, there is no need to whip it again. What is a cream cheese and Cool Whip icing? It is incredibly versatile and offers a more balanced flavor to otherwise overly sweet baked goods. But, the only downside to these types of frostings is that they are usually very soft and not luxurious. So, how do we fix it? Well, our easiest and arguably most delicious solution was to add a bunch of Cool Whips. The frosting turned out so good that our guests begged us to make more as a simple topping. Our cream cheese and Cool Whip icing only use softened full-fat cream cheese, thawed Cool Whip, some powdered sugar, and of course, your flavoring extracts. We used vanilla extract simply because we were going for a more neutral frosting. But, this is an easy opportunity to play around with different flavors and pairings. What you need to make cream cheese and Cool Whip icing. Ingredients: 16 ounces full-fat cream cheese, softened at room temperature. 32 ounces Cool Whip. 1 cup powdered sugar, sifted. 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. Step by step. Step 1. Prepare your ingredients. First, make sure that your Cool Whip is completely thawed if you bought it frozen. It would be best to thaw the Cool Whip on a plate inside the fridge. Even though it will take longer, it will preserve the texture and flavor best. Alternatively, you can thaw the Cool Whip at room temperature for a couple of hours. While the Cool Whip is defrosting, weigh out and prepare your other ingredients. Step 2. Whip the cream cheese and Cool Whip. To make your icing, combine the cream cheese and thawed Cool Whip inside a large mixing bowl. Make sure they are both soft and at room temperature. Then, beat the ingredients together until they become fluffy. This will only take a couple of minutes, so don't overwork the frosting. Step 3. Add the remaining ingredients. Once your cream cheese mixture is whipped, add the sifted powdered sugar and flavoring extracts. Continue beating until you have a uniformly smooth mixture that is fluffy in texture. Place the cream cheese and Cool Whip icing inside a piping bag to frost, or use directly on your baked item. Tips and tricks. Always use full-fat cream cheese. This will give the best flavor and texture for icings. A low-fat version will work, but it won't nearly be as good. And remember, just because it is low in fat, doesn't mean that it is healthier. This recipe is so incredibly easy, there aren't many tips for it. Arguably the most common question we will get is how to thicken or thin down the consistency of the icing. To make the icing thicker, you will need to add more powdered sugar. Only add a half cup at a time to prevent making it unworkable. To make the frosting more pliable, you can add heavy cream or milk. You should only add about a teaspoon and mix it in. It is very easy to make the icing too runny with very little liquid. This icing should be preferably used immediately. However, if you want to store it, place it inside an airtight container. Make sure the container doesn't have any stains or odors that the icing can absorb. Then, place a damp piece of paper towel directly on the surface. This will also help prevent the frosting from drying out. You have to keep this frosting inside the fridge. It will help prevent it from going bad quickly. But the frosted product can be kept at room temperature. And don't worry, the powdered sugar helps keep it together and preserve it. So, it won't melt like many people are scared of. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.